In this video, I want to show you how to create and edit a macro in Word. A macro is used to record frequent tasks or frequent steps. So for example, if you want the same header in all of the documents that you create, you could create a macro that has the steps to create that header, and then you would just press the shortcut keys or the button that you choose in each document in order to create that header. So it saves on having to go through all of the steps every time. So what we want to do is create a new macro and then edit it. So I'm going to go to the Developer tab to record macro, and I'm going to call it Format. And I want it to be applied with the shortcut keys Control F. So those are keyboard shortcut keys. So I'll press the shortcut key Control and then F. And I don't want this saved in my normal template, so I'm going to tell it to just save it to this document. If you wanted to apply it to multiple documents, you would choose the normal template. And then I'm going to assign it and close. So you can see here that you are recording the macro. So if I went into macros and tried to edit the macro, it won't let me because I am recording the macro now. So what I click on, whatever I do right now, is going to be recorded in the macro. So for my macro, I just want to select the entire document and then remove the italics from the entire document. And so technically I'm going to, if I press Control F after I create this macro, it will select everything in the document, and then it will toggle back and forth between applying italics and removing the italics. Okay, so I'm going to press Control A to select everything in the document, and then I want to remove the italics, so I'm going to press Control I. Okay, so that's going to be my macro. Every time I would press Control F after I've created this macro, it will follow those two steps. So now I'm going to stop recording. Okay, now I can go back in and edit my macro. You might also want to keep an eye on your macro security. I have mine set right now to enable all macros and to trust access to the VBA, Visual Basic Object Model. So once you are through with this assignment, you probably want to go back in and disable your macros either with or without notification, and maybe deselect this one as well, so that if you open a document someone sends to you and if it has some kind of macro that will have malware in it, then you don't get a virus on your computer. So we'll click on OK there. So let's go in and edit that macro. And you can see down here, this is the sub-procedure in Visual Basic that has the code for this macro. So it's going to select everything, and then it's going to toggle anything that has an italic font. Okay, so what we want to do is, let's say instead of the italic, we want it to bold. Okay, so we're just going to change the italic to bold. So the italic and bold are properties of font. Okay, so if you know much about Visual Basic, you'll understand that. So now it will toggle the bold off and on. Okay, so we can save that macro if we want, and then we can go in and apply it to our document. I'm going to save real quick here. I'm going to save it in a different place just so that I don't overwrite my normal template there. So in this assignment, it just asks you to take this sub procedure and copy it into your document just so that it knows that you've done this macro. Normally you wouldn't do that in a a document. You don't copy and paste the macros into documents. So, but in this case, we're going to paste it down here just so that it can see that we did the macro when my lab IT grades it. Okay, so otherwise what we want to do is we want to go in and run the macro 2 times. So we're going to press Control F twice. So I'm going to press it once here, and you can see it selected everything, and it unbolded anything that was bolded. Now if I press Control F again, you can see that it bolds everything. So I'm going to leave it there. And then you would go in after you complete the assignment. If you need to change your macro security settings, you can. But now you can see that the macro is just going to go in anytime you run it, and it's going to follow those steps that you gave to it when you recorded it. And I hope that clarifies macros a little bit for you.